All right, guys, good morning. Let me pull my mic in. Good morning, good morning. Today we have the day. Core CPI data is coming out in about 10 minutes. The Fed chair nomination, which is going to be a forecasted pass inside of the markets. We got that today at probably a little bit later. I'm imagining they may even do that after the markets are done printing. They don't want to have any effects here in the market. Let's check the futures account for today. Slightly down, but that's because of the Pippin. 500% on Zeri, bro. I'm actually curious to see where we sold these other positions at, to see if it had any impact on the place we sold. Let's take a look. Okay, so we actually sold TST in a good area. Let's see. I like to know where we sold. Look at that. Perfect sell. I tried to get rid of this position for two reasons. Going into the Fed chair meeting today, I wasn't sure like how it was going to react. So this is pretty much perfect for me. Taking these profits in this certain area. You notice how they're not big profits, right? I'm putting in $1, $2, $5. And what I'm doing is I'm building the account. Okay? I'm simply just taking these small wins. Look, we sold here, right? Now it pumped back up. So I'm very much in the right for taking these profits on these cryptocurrencies. I'm sure I sold right here. Look, it pumped down just slightly a little bit more and then pumped up in the morning. So these are very good positions, right? These are very good wins. And this is what we call account building, right? You can't go and expect to make all of this money on this account size with how things are going in the markets, right? You got to take your wins for where they are, and you got to get out of the market. So look, I'm going to try to get out of my position here, and I'll take out 100% of the position because I don't want to go into the Fed chair meeting with anything that would be like messing up my account, right? And let's just take a look at the P&L for the week. Remember, I took $250 out of this account. ENA came crashing down. Wow, we lost 10% there. SUI as well, we lost some money there. So, you know, the fluctuation from the account is definitely coming from my spot of the ups and downs that we have inside of the markets right now. $300 in the past 30 days, not bad, people. Like, that's 50% of the profit of the account. If I can get to 500 in 1 month, that would be a huge impact of how we can be starting this account just for the month of May, and we're almost halfway through it. So, like I said, easy wins win the ball game here on MNQ. So, I'm sorry, here on the cryptocurrency market. And for all intensive purposes sake, this is just for educational purposes. I'm going to show you guys how successful my strategy is on shorting meme coins, okay? Give me a second here. Let's pull this up. Let me get my YouTube panel up as well so I can see who's talking. Who's chatting with me. Hello, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Kraft. Hello. This is why I wanted to have this up. So just for intensive purposes sake, right? This is all for educational purposes. I made my own strategy here, which for the month of May, right? All I do here is just use the strategy for what I'm doing on cryptocurrency right now. And as you can see, yeah, honestly, I've never traded the Indian stock market before, but you got to get into the we'll talk about that. We will talk about how to get into the Indian stock market. All right, so guys, we're gonna be doing this very simply, right? Getting into just the market review in the stock market. So here's the indices right now. We're now pumping below the Fibonacci lines of the 4236. Remember, when we don't have any support or resistance levels above, the only way that we can chart levels that don't exist is using the fib lines. And how do I do that? Well, I'm going to break it down to you one more time so you guys understand. We take the high of the last location of April, and we chart it to the low of May. This consolidation Bitcoin gave us the levels that we had when we broke out, right? I often call this a Don Cheyenne breakout because we're trading inside of a range of consolidation. Price is trying to figure out if it wants to go to P3 to P4. We broke out of the range, and now we are at the tippy top of the range. So let's take a look at some other stuff right now. MEZ, which is at 3618. Basically, the stock market is not showing signs of slowing down. So this is why I would say, like, I hate shorting the stock market, but today is different. We have the Fed chair being picked today. So the most important thing we can watch for is when they are going to pass that vote and being a position appropriately. If I was you, this is my real advice. Do not short the market. Wait. Be patient. Don't be in active trades today. If anything, you want to be scalping the market in and out very quickly, waiting for this big news day. And I'm pretty sure on Take Profit Trader, they're not even going to let us trade today. So on our prop firms, make sure that you can trade today because sometimes they knock you for big event days like this. So just a forewarning inside of the market. Gold kind of sideways. Not really impressed with this price action, but it is an easy mover for anybody that likes to trade things that move softly right now. We used to have this as like one of the big front running bull commodities, but now it's just been kind of dying down the price action. Silver, the same thing. We're just trending between these support and resistance lines, and I would just be using this as nice and easy movers. Oil coming up. We have a 1, 2, third touch right here. Look. Third touch rejection, now coming back up. I do expect to see the oil coming above and over $115 if the escalation continues inside of the Iran. Remember, August was the last time that we got our shipment of oil from the Middle East. So if that continues, then oil prices are just going to be driven up by the price that Iran will not make a deal with us. Very, very simply put. Let's take a look at the cryptocurrency industry, and then we'll get right into focusing on the Fed meeting, right? Okay, Bitcoin is coming up. We've seen this as it's consolidated into this accumulation zone, and now it's slightly coming up very, very slowly. It's trickling, which is not really interesting price action for me, and we're selling off just quite a little bit, just not a lot. 1% is not a lot on Bitcoin to be selling off, but I'm sure it's anticipation for the Fed chair meeting. Usually what ends up happening on Fed chair picks is the markets start to dump. And Wall Street does not like to price in uncertainty. So the uncertainty is only being met with selling off action inside of the market. Ethereum, probably the same story. Yep. It's now underneath this trend line that I had drawn just, in every other live video I've done this week. So that's not good. It's essentially, it's faking out. It's like it's not allowing us to go any more, any less. All right, so SUI, which is one of my favorite coins, one of my favorite lotto coins, it's coming down to test that 117 level. If we do test that 117 level, maybe I would look to go long, but if it does come down and break it, well, then I will be taking shorts on SUI. Last thing that we're going to be doing on this side of the market is XRP. Let's take a look at what's going on XRP. Well, trend line is telling us the story here. We're getting rejected on that 149, so let's take a look at the Crusader signals, see what's happening here. We're now on a sell strength signal, so that's going to be a big problem for us. If you are in long inside the market, I would consider taking profit and getting out of this position. All right, guys, that's the market in review, but we will stay tuned for the next minute and see the CPI data. All right, guys, so let me take a look at Nifty 50 for you. Every morning I got to do a market review for another academy that we're doing. So let me just make sure I post that, and then I will take a look at Nifty for you. I've never seen that. Nifty. No, I don't show my trading portfolio. I'm not sure what you mean by that. By my portfolio, do you mean that the account prop or the prop firms that I trade on, or because I don't ever show my long term portfolios. I only show my prop firm portfolio that I take trades on every single day. Nifty. Okay, so that's the Indian index futures. Let's take a look at that. 50. I also just had my coffee, so I'm absolutely wired right now. Is it this one? Original Craft? I'm assuming it's this one. What's up, Jose? How you doing? Good morning, buddy. It's good to see you. Let's get it done today. Jose, I'm going to be sending you some stuff today so you can be getting started on the Spanish side of the academy. All right, let me post this on X, and then I'll break this down for you. Where is this shit? Crypto trading execution. All right, so U.S. consumer prices on the rise right now, so that's not going to be very good for the markets. Let's take a look and see how it reacted on there. I see. Well, I'll give you the levels on Nifty for you today. How about that? I have no problem doing that. So the way that we do levels around here is candles, okay? The next thing that we're looking for, and if you're new to this, you can use a strong or a weak magnet, okay? It's going to drag you to these special points inside of the market. What you're looking for is the day's range, right? As you can see, $350 is a pretty wide range inside of Nifty, which I'm assuming is probably close to like the SPY. And what I'm doing is I'm just letting it drag to the places that it has areas of confluence inside of the market, okay? So 1, 2, 3. Let's see. I don't really like that level. 4. And let's just double check our levels. I double check my levels on the 15-minute. As you notice, I made that on the weekly. Now on the 15-minute, I come back to double check it. As you can see, there's areas of confluence here. When it breaks down, it comes back and tests this level. It broke down. I think this might be a better level right here, so I might drag up. I'm coming back to price action to see how the levels react to these prices. This is actually a really good level, so if we tear down, we're going to tear down further to 23,207 or 237. This might be a little bit of a closer level for us. Yeah, so right now you're on a bearish trend inside of the market. You probably even have a sell signal, to be honest with you. No, you don't have a sell signal. But everything is short inside of this market at the present moment. So I wouldn't be taking long positions here. I would wait to see how it reacts at these levels. If it cracks below the support level at 23,237, then you would just keep shorting. And then you would keep shorting down to 22,925. This is telling me this is already spreading in a very wide range today, 2% down. And you're telling me that this is the stock market for India, so this is definitely a price action that you would want to avoid trying to catch a falling knife. Okay, so your levels are here. If you want to take a picture of it, you can. It's 23,873, 23,675, 23,237.5, 22,925. Those are what I would be looking to trade level to level right now. I wouldn't be looking to trade anything in between these levels though. That would be something that I would try to avoid. All right, let's go back to the NASDAQ right now. So you can see right now we're at the bottom of the VWAP, which is volume weighted average price. We're now testing the 200 EMA on price action. We're underneath the 65 EMA. We're underneath the 65 EMA, and right now all price action is pointing bearish. I have been saying this for weeks, that we should be waiting very patiently for the bear market. Like, the bear market is coming, the selling off price action is coming, and today might be the day. We really might have, today might be the day. It might actually take us to newfound places. We want to try to get to these imbalance zones here inside of the market. Let me take a look at some other data that'll help me. That'll help me trade. I gotta update this, huh? Let's take a look at it on the 1 minute. 29%. Bro, what did he do adding all these dots to here? Usually my R ratio is 3-1. And Jost, what do you mean it's gonna touch 29? Oh, 29,276. I get it. You put a period there. Almost gonna slap you on the head, dude. Well, we're definitely bullish right now. We have bullish momentum across the board. Get rid of that. That's what I needed. We're now entering an imbalance zone. So if liquidity can get swept here inside of the fill, then it'll kind of be a different story. Remember, liquidity is getting swept all day, every day, these days. All right. Yeah, I mean, I would be looking to be short right now, but I want to see how the market moves coming into that 9:30, and then we'll come back to the other markets. Yeah, top-down analysis is gonna make sure that you're gonna get every level correct, and that's gonna be pretty much your highlight for trading. It makes it so much easier when you can understand what phase of the market we're in. No, Jose. This is an indicator that my friend created. So he's also in my mentorship as well. So he created this. His name is IDT Engine. I'll show you. So his name is Fall Forward Trader. This is not open for public. He is basically just giving this to students that were in my class, and it is something that I am testing out for him, and he knows that I do my lives. He wants me to use it in the lives. It basically reads order flow, which is really nice. I like it so far, honestly. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Yeah, exactly. It's just reading order flow. That's what it is. Look, like bear absorption, the eve of divergence of bears. Like, there's basically. No, you're not going to be able to join that Discord server. It's closed off for mentorship students only. We're all mentorship students of the day trade professor. But I can ask him for you, see if you can get into it. But he wouldn't be able to sell it to you because it's not finished yet. We're just in testing mode right now, which is nice. The best thing that I can teach you on this channel, and the reason why I don't sell you Discords, I don't sell you servers, I don't even sell you my own indicator, because you need to learn how to get the basics down before anything. And each and every video that I post every single week is helping you get the basics down. Then you're coming back to this class every single morning to learn how to trade. As you notice, like right now I'm doing my analysis. This is the most important part about the market. A lot of people will wake up in the morning, they won't do this analysis, and they will just take a trade immediately where it doesn't account. And what I want you to do is, I'll get into the mentorship in a second. Each and every one of us is a mentor of Malik, right? But Malik teaches us in a 3-day program. It's very expensive. You know, not everybody can afford the plane ticket to the United States to New York. It's a 3-day mentorship, and then on top of that, you know, it's the tuition is like almost $6,000 or $7,000 to go and do something like that. We learned a lot from that trading. My brother and I both went, and I already have 9 years of experience on trading. So basically, the only thing that it taught me was how to be more patient with what I'm doing, right? I want you guys to have everything that I've learned in 9 or 10 years of trading for free. So that's why I'm posting these YouTube videos. That's why I'm posting it or getting live every day for you guys for free, because I'm teaching you how to do all of this for free. So you don't have to spend a dime. I just enjoy doing it, right? I enjoy making money. I enjoy showing people how to make money, and that's it. No, I won't sell a course, to be honest with you. The only course that I would ever sell is it would be a continued education program. So it would be like, you come and live in Puerto Rico. That's my ultimate goal, is having a neighborhood or a community full of traders. And having this community, it would be kind of like you would pay an HOA, like a homeowner association, to manage the community. Like, that would be my ultimate goal, is like we have a homeowners association that manages the trading community, and having people have like these group events. We would be trading together in a floor in a community center. Like, that would be my ultimate goal, is having either like a huge mansion or a community. And I'm honestly leaning towards a mansion of like maybe 14 to 15 rooms, filling out the entire mansion full of people that are just traders. And that would be the absolute fucking craziest thing. We would have basically a hedge fund without having a hedge fund in the house. That would be my ultimate goal. That's been my goal since day one. Yeah, 9 years trading. I started trading at 20 years old. I wasn't successful until I had no idea Alex G was working on that, but that's sick. I love Alex G. Mr. Set and Forget. Mr. Set and Forget. All right, let me take a look at the cryptocurrency market. I am eager to make some trades today. This is my most successful strategy inside of the cryptocurrency market. I'm looking for coins that have changed in the past 24 hours, that have gone up a tremendous amount of money. The perks of waking up this early in the morning is that you can get inside of these plays and actually start to make some money. So here's the first one, right? As you notice, the chart is doing only one thing, right? It's only going down. So this little price action of 60% in the market, well, it doesn't really scare me, because honestly, take a look at what happened the last time. We had a bearish pendant, right? This is a textbook bearish pendant, and then it just got met with more selling action on the short side. So very, very easy to distinguish what's going to be happening in the markets. This is how I open up these sorts of trades. I always start with $1, right? This is the key to being super successful, right? I always open with $1, not much, right? If I win, I win big, right? $1,000. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to monitor these positions without having a super like leveraged position inside of here. Right? So what I'm trying to do is there's 60% here on the chart, 62% for the taking. But you have to be smart the way that you're taking this money. The liquidity is going to be swapped into somebody's hands. It better be swapped in mine, right? So this could go farther up, and how much farther up? That's really the real question. As you can see here, we had to resistance level. No. I'm 29 years old and I've got trading figured out. Yeah, no. I use this as a full income. This is my full income. I do not do anything else. I have real estate that comes in month over month, but this is my full income. I trade month over month in trading. Jose, who's also in this chat, has seen my ups and downs. He's seen me struggle. He knows everything about me. He's somebody that I want to bring into the academy on the Spanish side of things. He's like a great person, and if you speak a different language, that's our ultimate goal, is to touch as many languages as possible as well, because trading, if making money, or the money is the language of the world, right, the language of the rich, then why not be able to speak it? Ask yourself that question, right? You have to ask yourself a question. Do you know how to speak the money of the rich? Because when you go into a conversation with people that are net worth over $1 billion or over $1 million, maybe even $5 million, the only language they speak is money. So you have to be able to understand what they are saying. Give me 1 second. Let me post this video real quick for the academy. All right. So also the mentorship. We're day trade student mentors. So Malik is our professor. His name is Day Trade Professor on YouTube, and I don't really care. You could follow him, and he's another great person to have in your arsenal. He goes live at least 3 times a week, and if I was new and I was just starting out, I would be watching all of his videos, all of his lives. Like I don't even care pushing other people that I really care about. I love Malik. He is like I wish I had known him sooner in my life. So the fact that I can share with you my experience with him is great. And I'm going to put it in the chat for you so you understand. Okay, so back to the show here. Now that I can post this. Okay. All right, so where are we at right now in the cryptocurrency market? Well, honestly, we're going to be probably pricing in some uncertainty today. It's going to be kind of a rough show for us until we can kind of get the broader picture of how the Fed chair is going to change. I assume that we are going to pass the vote. Jerome Powell will be stepping down today. But the fact is that we're dealing with global tensions with Iran, as well as things escalate inside of Iran. I do not attempt to see that we would be having an easygoing market. So the MNQ, the indices, are going to be all very, very difficult to trade. Ask Jose. Jose has been suffering in this kind of market, because one day we're up and then next day we're down, or like in a matter of seconds we get wiped, right? And that's how it's been for like the past 2 days inside of the market. So if anything, like we're hypothetically trading today. We're only looking for really good positional setups and trend following trades. That's what we are looking for. We are not trying to get into any other markets. We got to keep our liquidity, man. Let me open up my second chart. There we go. All right. very mixed reviews going into the 9 a.m. pre-market. We have Apple. Let me show you guys the charts real quick. We got Apple right now, mixed. Amazon is mixed. Oof. Apple is now going 3/4 short. Amazon is going 2/4 long. This is how we look at the Mag 8 on the NASDAQ right now. This is simply for confluence inside of the markets. And as you can see, the confluence is not really there. We have 4 out of the 4 that are divided in separate locations. I make no comment. Yeah. No comment on anything that I have or own. It's not my vibe. I drive a 2002. Actually, you know what? I will tell you. I drive a 2002 MK4 GTI. That's my car. I love my baby. It's airbagged on air suspension, stage 3. She's a beauty. That's my car. I always believe in the lifestyle of don't have lifestyle creep. Okay? Don't allow your lifestyle to be caught up in other people's shenanigans. I care about taking vacations with my wife. I care about saving money and putting it inside of my bank for a rainy day. And I like buying real estate with my money. So the one thing that nobody can take away from you is something that's tangible, and that's a roof over your head. Security blankets, man. That's what you want in life. You don't want the cars. The cars go away. If someone gets into an accident and you can't afford insurance, then, you know, what happens then? What happens then? You won't be able to have that car anymore. All right, so perfect. The thing about this imbalance zone that we have right now, bulls are getting trapped, bears are getting trapped at this present moment. So I want to go and bump back down to the consistency AI. This is a full-blown indicator that we created with the day trade or the day trades professor's signals, right? Not signals, with his strategy, and I programmed it to have my own little flair to it, right? I'm looking for trades inside of the market only like below this strategy. So if it gives me a buy sell, I do buy sell immediately. I don't even question it. I set the take profits exactly where it needs to be set, and we zoom here. So this is a very important part of the strategy, right? Underneath the 65 EMA, underneath the 200 EMA. Now breaking above the 265 EMA to come towards the VWAP. The VWAP is kind of like the median, right? You want to have this median lifestyle where I'm only taking longs down here in the market. Take this magnet off. I'm only taking longs down here. I'm only taking shorts up here. It really is that simple when it comes to this strategy. But as you notice here, we had a pocket, right? So it would come in and test this level once. What's it do? It comes up. It tests this level once. What's it do? It comes up. It tests this level once, twice actually. And what's it do? It comes up. And you can almost guarantee you with this strategy, every single time you're gonna be earning 20 to 30 points. So if you had 20 to 30 points here, 20, 30 points here, 20, 30 points here, that's almost 100 points for your day. You're done trading. We do not trade all day. We trade for an hour of the market open, maybe 2 hours if the markets are being a hoe. And that's it. So here's the thing. Right now, there's something that I like to show you guys and teach you. When we're in between levels like this, this is what I call the hoe zone. Okay, it's not my phrase, I didn't coin it, but it is something that I find funny and hilarious, right? The hoe zone. Damn, I just messed that up, huh? Why is this the hoe zone? Well, trades can go either way. Honestly, for how long it's taken me to be profitable trader, years. But I had no mentor. I had zero mentor. So I learned everything that I could possibly in trading for 7 years, not being successful. On my 8th year, I took a mentor with Malik, and he helped me become kind of profitable. And then when I built out his strategy on the markets, then I became very profitable. But I would say that the reason I became so unprofitable is because I got so intertwined with my bullshit saying that I'm better than the markets, and my ego was just like enormously big. And then I just got rid of my ego and I started being humble, and I realized that I'm coming into this market every single day and I don't know any better than the next guy or the next guy next to me, and I'm just trading level to level, and I don't need the whole pie. I just need a little piece of it every single day, and that's it. Like, I post all of my profits on Instagram, not because I want to, just show you this is what the realistic lifestyle is. TJR, Alex Trades, Stock Market Wolf, Day Trade Professor, some of the best guys, they don't even post their profits, right? They don't really even show their profits at all. And the reason is because it's really no one's business. My strategy works for every single market. So if I teach you how to trade in the MNQ, you can take this strategy and you can trade it in any single market. It's fully versatile. It doesn't only have one applicational use to one market. Okay, so let's talk about the hoe zone. Well, first let's get our levels so I can show you exactly what the hoe zone means, right? We have a whole bunch of levels here, but they mean nothing to me because the markets are exactly where I need them to be right now. So let's take a look. Let's chart this first. And the only reason that I'm getting this on the chart is because we don't really have a lot of price action above here. It's going to be very, very difficult to chart levels higher than what we're at right now. Maybe on the 15-minute will probably be better for us. Rats, I should not have deleted that other stuff. Okay, let's take out the consistency AI for me for a second. I had another one here on MNQ. That's all right. What we'll do is this, actually, since we do have a lot of price action here. We have a resistance level there. The support here. We have another support here. All right, so this is what a sideways consolidation is from a top-down approach. From a top-down approach, usually what we do is we go from the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour, right? Looking for levels that touch either the top of the body, top of the wick, bottom of the body, bottom of the wick. The problem and issue with that is that we don't have a lot of levels to look for, right? This price action doesn't actually exist in areas of uncertainty, right? So when we're driving into the 29,500s for the first time, where do we actually put those support and resistance levels? And as you can see here, it's touching the top of the body, top of the body, top of the wick, right? And that's 4 touches. So that's an area of confluence. Price happens and tends to either stick or break over that level. Top or bottom of the body, bottom of the body, bottom of the wick, top of the wick, right? So that's another area of confluence. As you can see, these levels are almost spread 100 points apart. So that's a good trade, right? We're now at the bottom part of this resistance, right? Of where support and resistances are. So if, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, we were to be trading inside of these levels today, right? Because it's a sideways consolidation, is it not? For the past, how long? 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Now moving into the 12th. We've just been trending sideways inside of the market. That's 4 whole days. That's a lifetime for the market. Okay, so if we were trading level to level, where would the next level down be? Well, probably be somewhere around here. How do we check that? Well, we really can't. You see how the predicament, or how bad the predicament is inside of the markets? This would be our next level down here. It's a 3-touch minimum. So you see, if like we fall from this last support level, well shit. We're really going to be poking the bear back into the territory of this next shelf down here. Because this is where all the price action is being had. This would be the first touch. You'd probably see some resistance, but when it rains, it pours inside of the market. I would not be catching a falling knife. So this is exactly where we would want to be trading level to level today on NASDAQ. It's very simple. We're not overcomplicating it. Now, let's take a look at something even more powerful, right? Boom. Boom. I kind of wanted the other one, but let's take a look. Regression trend. Okay. So now we can see something very simple in the market. Are we going up? No, we're trending down very slowly. Oh, it's not visible. There we go. Hopefully that's better. Let me see on my screen. There we go. Sorry. I had the other screen up. You guys got to tell me sometimes I forget, because I have OBS on the background of my computer. Sometimes I'm not always watching it. All right, perfect. So how I got these levels, right? It's coming. The very simply put, review it. Let's get it done. Sorry, I had that other screen up. I'm a little bit new to this as well. So resistance level, right? How do we know that this is resistance level? Well, it's very simple. Now the touches come into play. Top of the body, right? That's a resistance level. I need a minimum of 3 touches, so this is not perfect, but I'll take the 2. Bottom of the body, bottom of the body, bottom of the body, top of the body, top of the body, top of the body. So this is a very good resistance level because of how many times it touches here on the detailed candles, right? Bottom of the wick, bottom of the wick, bottom of the body, top of the wick. So this is another really good resistance level, and this is where price action is trading. So if I was expected to see a rejection level of a certain area, this would be the next area that I would reject, right? And as you can see, we're at the top of the parallel or the regression channel right now. So this would give me added confluence to try to get into some short positions, because why? It's trend following the micro trend, not the macro trend. Macro trend is going to be bullish. So again, this is why I hate shorting markets on a macro bullish trend. Micro, fine, no problem. Well, we can easily take a trade here, trade level to level, and see if we can try to target this 133. And I'll give you a piece of advice that nobody else is going to give you inside of the markets. Just size down. If you're just learning how to trade one contract, it's not a big deal. You don't have to be this hero that goes and makes $1,000 in his first trade. Like, learn how to trade with one fucking contract on the NASDAQ, right? And what you can do there is you can learn how to take losses appropriately. As you take losses appropriately, then you just move up. It's called graduation. Every month you graduate to a new contract level, which is going to be 2 next month. The next month it's going to be 3. The next month it's going to be 4. Did you earn it? If on month 5, if you didn't earn it on month 5, you go back to contract 3. This is what it's trying to teach you inside of the markets. It's trying to teach you self-control. Do you have the self-control to be able to buy and sell these positional contracts, to see money being made and have no emotional connection to it? I don't have any emotional connection to money. Like, there's nothing there for me. I don't have that distinguished relationship with it where if I lose it, I feel bad. Okay? So now we're going to be targeting the support level down here. Now, this is what's dangerous, right? Breaking a rule is also another important thing that you have to understand. I got into this position. I have 20 minutes to get out of this position. Okay? The reason I have 20 minutes is Jose knows this. We never hold positions into the market open. Explain what AOI is, because I'm not really understanding that acronym. And then we'll continue here going down. So 29,133 is our support level. That's what we're targeting right now. And then the next thing that we are looking for is 28,929, which is very far from where our current price trading is. But something like this could easily be like a $300-400 play if done correctly inside of the markets. Area of interest. I see. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's a top-down approach, my man. So if you're using that for areas of interest, remember that areas of interest are typically not lines. They're areas, like there are going to be boxes like this. The only reason that I use lines is because I've gotten pretty good with making my supports and resistance levels. Often what it does is it crashes down to my line exactly. So that's kind of an advanced technique inside of the markets. I wouldn't be doing that unless you were like very, very good at trading and very confident from what you were doing. Otherwise, you can just use these boxes as areas of interest, and that's it. Yeah, that's hilarious, Jose. That's kind of what I told you before. So I did tell you that. All right, but moving on, right? So we're going to wait very patiently here now that we're in a trade. Yeah, it's definitely a bearish day for me as well. I didn't just take this trade, by the way, like randomly just to show you something. Like I took this trade for a couple different reasons. So we were near the resistance level. We were at the top of the regression trend. If we push down further here than it was meant to be, because what's it been doing? It's been going toward the top of the trend, pushing down, going toward the top of the trend, pushing down. We're now at the top of the trend. It could test this upper resistance level, and then what I would do is I would just be stopped out, right? One slightly above this level. Or the second thing that it could do is it can continue to its range bound trading down, and we can make some money. You know, this is price action reoccurring multiple times. And once we're in position, all we have to do is just wait very patiently. I usually only try to take trades inside of the market that my signal gives me. All right. Sure. Oof. I don't like how we're going against my signal indicator. That's not good. That would be kind of counterintuitive, no, Jose? All right, I'm going to exit that position only for two reasons, right? I don't believe in going against my indicator. My indicator is usually always right. Jose knows this. My indicator slaps when it's on, it's on. So even though it's showing bearish price action, there's a rule here that I'm not seeing and understanding for it to be telling me to go long here in the markets. I might be wrong, so let's stay tuned, and I'll keep this buy and sell signal here so that you understand that we would be hypothetically in a trade, but technically speaking, don't ever go against my indicator. You'll lose. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that we radically go up through the market open, and then what it's going to end up happening is it's going to come crashing down. I use TradeStation and Tradeovate for my prop firm. I used Take Profit Trader. I think they're doing like a 50% off sale today. Like $89 for an eval account with no activation fee, which is pretty fire. Okay. I really wanna use my strategy right now to go long. Kind of makes sense. But we're so close to the open. We might as well just wait it out. I have Instagram, but I don't use my Instagram per se for trading. I just use that for my Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I haven't really decided how I wanted my Instagram to be played out. I hate Instagram more than anything in the world. I think it's just a popularity contest with people showing their lifestyle. All I care about is education. I don't really care about lifestyle content. The best place that you'll learn is here on the YouTube, because I go live almost every morning, unless it's Mondays. Mondays I don't go live because I do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in the morning, and then I don't go live at the end of every single day because I do Jiu-Jitsu at night as well. So I train like 4 or 5 days a week. The end of the day is on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday I train. All of the rest of the stuff. Listen, man, if you understand one thing in life, like it's not it really is enough. I don't really think it's a flex to have like their lifestyle on Instagram. I'd rather be low key as fuck. I'd rather people not know what I have. That way they don't send me the evil eye. And then the only thing that I believe in is I believe in the law of power of giving, bro. Like you get what you give. So if you give good, you get good back. But if you give bad, then you're only going to receive bad back. So it's the universal law of power. I'd love to see more people sending. No, I don't use I use the 30-second time frame, bro. This is where I usually look at the markets, on the 30-second. This is how I look at the markets. And as you can see right now, we would be negative. We would be fighting the trend on our strategy here. So the way that the strategy works is that, yeah, Nassar, exactly, bro. Who gives a fuck if somebody knows you have a Lamborghini? Who gives a fuck somebody knows you have a BMW? It doesn't fucking matter. Nothing matters in this world other than just keeping to yourself and your relationship with God. That is the only thing that matters in this world, is how well is your relationship with God, and how much do you give him for your own faith, and then coming back to class every single day. No, I use a top-down approach to find my support and resistance levels. That is explained in a very standard top-down approach, right? I will show you why and how that makes sense. No problem. Candles, right? As you can see here, the locations to find support and resistance levels is using your magnet tool, using the horizontal line tool, and as you can see, it drags you to the best support and resistance levels in the market. Now granted, this is very far from where price action is trading. So right here, very far from where price action is trading, not a realistic resistance or support level that you want to be trading. You want to be using the day's range which is $300, and you want to be getting levels between $300. That is the only way. So if there is no on the monthly near the levels that we're trading at, you have to go down to the weekly. If there is no price action or wicks on the weekly where you can chart support and resistance levels, then you go down to the daily. If there is no levels on the daily, then that's very simple. What do? We just go down to the 4 hour. And we keep doing this in repetition until we find enough candles inside of the market to start trading on. So as you notice here, right, we have some price action where we could possibly make levels, but it's not really great. We will look for top of the body, top of the wick, or top of the wick, top of the body, bottom of the body, bottom of the wick. We need at minimum 3 touches. Write that down. Top of the body, top of the wick, bottom of the body, bottom of the wick. As you can see here, 2 hours is actually showing us a lot of price action inside of the markets. Okay, so how do we know we're making these levels here? Well, there's a good level right here. It's a bottom of the body touch, bottom of the body, or bottom of the wick touch, bottom of the wick touch, top of the wick touch. That's a good resistance level. There's nothing here. There's only a top of the, or bottom of the body or bottom of the wick right here. So that's one. I think I got that level on the 15-minute though, because that's the only level that I could find in this price action. Top of the wick here, top of the wick here, kind of the bottom of the wick here. So that's a good resistance level. I took a 2 top or a 2 wick touch on the top of the resistance line here because that's our high, right? This is not even technically a resistance, so I wouldn't even call this a resistance. I would call this just all-time highs. No, I do all my levels I do by hand. See, like, that's the part about the markets that a lot of people want to find. Oh, like, is there an indicator that does this for me, or is there an indicator that does that for me? No. This is the part of the job of waking up every single day and earning your keep, earning your money. You got to do the support and resistance lines every single day until you get very good at it. And then when you get really, really good at it, then you don't need to do it every day anymore because your levels are going to be there. You'll know, personally speaking, you'll know when your levels are due for renewing. Okay? So look at that. We came up, we would have tested the stop loss, and now we're rejecting down. So it's exactly what Jose and I said was going to happen. It was going to come up, it was going to touch a stop loss, and then it was going to reject down. So that's some hoish fucking behavior inside of the markets. We hate to see that. But ultimately, this is a trending down day, so what we got right was the overall trend. We're not going to go against the alignment inside of the market, which is short. Yeah, it's just practice. You just practice the support and resistance levels every day. There's literally no shame in it, you know? Like, there's no shame in actually waking up every single day early and then coming into the chat here and then just saying like, hey, is this a good level for MNQ? Right? I'll go and check your levels. I have no problem with that. And we'll go from there. Like, that's awesome. Like, that would be showing that you have intent to learn. You have a desire to be better, and like that's all that you need to do to be in this channel is you just have a desire to be better, desire to learn and bring something to the community that's going to help other people learn as well. And then eventually what you're going to be doing is you're going to be practicing by helping other people do it, which goes against the law of giving. So if you're giving education to other people, educational advancements will be given back to you. One second. Okay, back to the markets. Let me see if my wife can make me some food because I'm super hungry. Baby. Yeah, what? Could you make me some eggies with some bacon? How to do yoga, huh? You hate me. Okay, thank you. No eggies for me. No eggies. I was really excited. I'm really hungry. Been on the fucking grind here. Yeah, 100%. Ask anybody, the stock market is 100% where it's at to trade. If not, we're trading the cryptocurrency market. 110%. All right, so this is what's in the works right now. This account it was originally a $4,700 account, right? That's where I started, right? This account, my goal is in the next 6 months to try to build this as much as I possibly can using two strategies. Using a Crusader signal strategy, which is the place that I'm employed. I'm a coach there at the Crusader signals. So I'll pull it up. Pull it up. Why not? So if you're interested in this, then I will teach you guys a little bit more about it. So I'm employed here at Crusader Academy. I'm the head coach here. I teach Levi's strategy, which he's very good at trading the cryptocurrency market. If you're interested in this, you can apply here, but you'll just say that, you know, Armand brought you here, and he will put you in touch with me, and I will get on the phone with you, and we can see if your application gets approved for it. Other than that, my other strategy is inside of the market is I simply just no, try flipping $100 to 100K. I've flipped 100K to 300K before profitably. No doubt. I have the proof too. Let's see. So I turned look, 20 grand into 300 grand on my Bybit. So it's very possible to do that sort of trading. Like you just gotta know what you're doing. Like you can see my profitability, my trade wins 82%, 56% is still profitable inside of the markets. I have a 1.0 profit factor. I suffered like some really crazy losses on my Bybit account when I was trading. I got in my own head that I just could not lose trades, and yeah, I suffered almost a 200K loss just not knowing where to sell my positions. And that's before I had taken my mentorship with Malik. This is 2 years ago, and I've been in his mentorship ever since, and I've never made a mistake like that ever again in my life where I've lost money like that. So you have to be very very careful with what you're trading and how you're trading it. Yeah, I was trading crypto. I only traded crypto actually in 2014 or 2024. I'll show you. So like $50K month, $250,000 month, and then I suffered my largest loss, which was 200K in 1 month. So like I only did this because I literally oh my god, it's literally like the worst thing in the world. So I had a direction that I was gonna go short the market top. I listened to another person, and I reversed my position. Instead of going short, I went long, and the entire market crumbled from beneath my feet. And the position that I originally was in short I lost big on, right? So look, long, long. I closed positions where I was short. Where else is this? I gotta find this position. I got to find this position where I was short the market. Short, here you go, right? So I was short the market. Man, where are the other ones? I don't know if Bybit like puts it in there because of how it was positioned, because I just clicked the reverse button. So I don't know if it closed that trade out to show. All I remember is I can pull the data on Discord, but yeah, I lost a lot of money, and I've never done that ever again because the markets are very simple. Don't bring your ego into it. We have 4 minutes till the market open. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's get focused. I'm going to take a moment just to go pray real quick. I'll be right back. I'll keep my charts open. I'll be right back. I'm going to go pray. Okay. Very quick little prayer. Hello, good morning.
and then I'm gonna send you a message how much it is.
Yeah. We can get that done. Zell's no problem. Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Bye. All right, sorry, I had a little phone call this morning. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so now we have the market open. Remember, we don't trade anything in the first 10 minutes of the market. As you can see, why? Look, we had a huge volume when wick down, so that would have been really successful for us on the short side positions over 50 points. We don't trade anything inside of the hoe zone, inside of the market, because it's one. Well, look at the volatility that's happening right now, right? So there's not really much to understand other than the price of the MNQ right now is trying to figure out which direction it wants to go. Once it decides on a direction, then we will simply, bro, no, I don't care. Yeah, it is volatile, but again, I've been trading for 10 years. Like, I love this volatility. Like, I look for this volatility inside of the market, especially when we have this 30-second wicking like this. I'm in and out of my position so quickly, like super fucking quick. You're gonna see, like, I literally make my money within seconds, and then I'm done, and then I end the live and I go about my day and do some other stuff. I got a list of things that I got to do with my house. I got to go lay floors. I got to go fix my roof. So that's why I'm trying to get my money quickly today. And the only way to do that is by is by taking the 30-second card channel. If you don't have experience on the 30-second, I would not be trading the 30-second. I'd be trading like the 15-minute overall trend. This is not for everybody. I'm also waiting for a buy strength signal here. Take a look at some other stuff real quick. Get rid of this. I'm gonna kill him for doing this. It was so nice before, and then he got all of these like extra things on the charts. Very divided market. You can see we have a delta bullish divergence here. Bearish active momentum currently happening inside of the markets. So right now, we're at the New York VWAP, coming up and down. No trade yet. I'm probably gonna wait until we get to the bottom of the VWAP Bollinger Bands. Then I'll take a trade. If not, I'm not gonna rush it. Nice and slow. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. That's it. That's all we got. All right, so now the story is starting to unfolds, right? We have 10 minutes inside of the market. All right, so here, what am I going to call you? I'm going to call you Craft. That's what your name is going to be. All right, listen, I'm going to give you the best piece of advice that I've given Jose, right? If you don't have $10,000 right now to trade, then what I would be doing is I would be trying to get $10,000 saved up the quickest way possible. Like if you got to sell whatever, I don't care if you got to sell dildos to the fucking church. Like get $10,000 as quickly as possible saved up. Put it into an account, and don't touch it, right? Then this is the most important part. You need to find an income that's going to be able to come in to your life so that you feel comfortable. Okay, a lot of people don't. They skip this step inside of this life, right? If you don't have an income coming in and trading is going to be your primary income, but it doesn't pay you yet, then that's not an income. So you need to find an income that you can take money from and feel comfortable, pay your bills, and have money in your bank account saved up. 10 grand is like the minimum where you should be feeling very fucking comfortable with where you're at. Okay? Then what you need to do is you need to learn how to trade with the minimum amount possible. And I'm talking on your own account, not proprietary firms. The issue with going into a proprietary firm and using other people's money to make money is that there's too many rules. And if you're following those rules, what ends up happening is you crash out too many times. Like ask Jose in this chat. Jose, I'm sure you're going to come in here and comment on that, of how difficult it is to make money on a proprietary firm when you got so many rules and you don't even know how to follow your own rules. Okay? So once you're able to save up this 10 grand, what you need to do is then you need to start funding your account. I'd say the minimum amount that you have to fund an account, and it cannot be from your savings, is like 5 grand. Because then you can trade one contract of MEZ, which is this basically futures for this SPY. And maybe you can trade one contract of MNQ, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's literally at the top of the margin level. So the plan is get $10,000 in your savings account. Find a job that can pay your bills month over month, but you can set at least 1 to 2 hours of trading aside for. And then fund an account with at least $5,000 so you can start to learn how to trading one contract of MEZ. That's my best piece of advice for you. Write it down, sell it in a book. I don't care what you do. That's the best piece of advice that I can give you financially to getting started as quickly as possible. Wow, so we're actually going above the resistance level here. We're cracking above it. This is some interesting stuff. The NASDAQ said, nah, we're not selling off. I'm just curious to see where price action was on the Forex Factory. So core CPI was a beat, passing earnings. CPI year over year is 1 point over, going into the new Fed chair, which should be a pass for today. Yeah, of course. Sure. I mean, aside from what you see on here, like I don't show big accounts on here, but look, we have a $5,000 account in crypto. And I only show you something. Here's what's crazy, right? I don't know the Indian conversion for making money in it, or like making money in India, but here's what's cool. I don't know if $300 is a lot for you on a 5K account in 10 months, or I mean 10 days. But here, 10 days, right, of trading, $300. So if you do that 3 times in a row, that's $900. I don't know how much $900 is for you. Let's see. I don't know, is like 86,000 rupees a lot of money monthly? Let's look. Yeah, so you're making almost 3 times the amount of the average monthly income in India just trading cryptocurrency on a 5K account. So do more with less, right? Like, yeah, look at that. An apartment, you can easily pay for an apartment month over month. The highest you can pay your rent for a 1-bedroom place in a central area. Bro, yeah, like, hell yeah, bro. That's. So what did I just tell you? I gave you the best piece of advice. Save 5 grand up and like $900 a month, which is not like realistic every single month. Again, I'm a pro trader. Like, this is what I'm doing. I do for a living, right? I build accounts. But like, again, you can make $900 a month. Like, you can give some money to your mom, take care of your family, put some money away, and then get out of that rat race that you have trying to accomplish something in India, working for somebody else. Fuck that. Wouldn't want that lifestyle. That's fucking horrible. I know what that's like. All right, guys. So look, what we had here was we had a touch the bottom of the support level on the VWAP. We came up. We're now almost 175 points above. We're wicking like crazy here. Price action is not decided on what it really wants to do. We're micro bullish, going with the overall macro trend. Yeah, so you see, like, if you live at home with your parents and you're 18 years old, like, take that into like account, bro. Like, the way that you can give and get and receive even more, like, exponentially, is you give money to your mother, not your father. You give money to your mother, and you don't tell anybody about it. You make a good day, you make a good killing in the markets. If one of the days you take some money out, you give it to her. Mom, I want to give this to you. Yeah, go buy some groceries, treat yourself out to something nice. That's how you show appreciation in this world to the central seed of power, which is your mother, right? She gave you life. She brought you into this world. Okay, so here we go. Now we're rejecting the 65 EMA. Technically speaking, this is where you would start to get long inside of the market. What am I on? Am I on my 10K account? All right, I'm on my 10K account. I'm really waiting for a setup with a buy strength signal from the indicator. It's been trying to buy. The last one really worked out well. But I don't know. I'm not really feeling the markets right now, buying long or going short. Nvidia just hit a record high. Let's see. Not really trading in between levels here. The fact that it came down and tested that resistance level and broke down even further is showing just the indecisiveness that we have. Yeah, we're not even near imbalances zones, so there's really no trade. Really is no trade right now. We're now hitting the London VWAP, which is closely bound to the New York VWAP. Alright guys, we're just vibing here. We're now getting into the London VWAP right now. Waiting for a trade, that's all. Look, even the verdict right now is telling us waiting for a signal. We're waiting for a trade. Just waiting for a chopped zone. There's no trade here. I'm just letting you guys know that right now. There's nothing inside of the markets that would be telling me buying short, buy long, buy short. And that's okay. This is why we start really small. This is why we start small. Let's see. That's okay. I'm just going to keep watching this throughout the day while I'm doing my work. We can get up here. I'll take another short. All right. I'm just looking to get some more or some better price action here before I take any trades here. Let's see any news events. Okay. All right. Still waiting. Yep, I think I'm just gonna wait until it gets down here and I'll set an alert. Not really much else to trade until that happens. Not gonna be trading in between this bullshit. All right, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah, I'm just waiting patiently here. I'm sorry, this is a boring market. Now we're getting to that support level, so I want to see what it does for it. Maybe we reject or come back up to this, but like I said, I'm pretty biased on short positions today. So if it's not a short position, I really don't want it, and that's okay because I don't trade every day. I do show up to the market, do the market analysis, do the market review. I do my support and resistance levels. Everything that I need to do my job correctly, I do inside of the markets every single day, but I don't always make a trade every single day. And that's just the way it goes. Just the way it goes. I kind of don't even want to do that. I don't even want to set buy limit orders because I'm so scared of the market coming down. Because we're in a consolidation right now. I mean, if you're looking at the 15 minute, this is just a consolidation. Look at what are these whacked out wicks, dude. Coming up all the way back down. Now testing the support. You see it's having resistance or having an issue breaking that support. Now it's coming and starting to test it. And what's it been doing since this morning? It's just been doing this hoish zone. So like if I would have kept the shorts that we were in this morning right here, we would be in profit. So that would have been 100 points, by the way. So that's why I'm saying, like, you got to know what you're doing. Like, look, like I sold here. We're all the way down here now. I didn't feel like holding it through this. Like, that would have not been a good, that wouldn't have been me showing you very profitable skills. That would have been me, my ego letting me just saying, like, yeah, I know I'm right. But what if I wasn't right? This would have been a 50 point loss. That's like almost $150. If anything, I'm favoring and I'm leaning towards these shorts now. Yeah. It's definitely favoring short positions. But now we're at the bottom of the VWAP, so I want to see what it does with the VWAP. All right, now we're getting somewhere. I'm not the biggest bear inside of the markets, to be honest with you. I'll give you guys bearish plays, but I'm not. I'm trying to give you guys what I usually trade inside of the markets, which sometimes I don't really always go against the United States market. Yeah, you see that was that. So basically, I put my alert signal down there for two reasons. Because when it gets down to this bottom, we can see what happens when it touches the band, touches the band, touches the band. It comes back up. It comes back up. It comes back up. Right. So that would have been a good point of reversal inside of the market. Yeah. So. Look, it's starting to reject again. So like magic, I use exponential moving averages because it shows general direction of, or general trend of direction. So if it's underneath the EMAs, the 65 EMA and the 200 EMA, we're bearish for that present moment. We're above, well, then we're bullish. Very simple. Wow, that would have been a good reversal area. Could have been. I'm missing all of the opportunities this morning. What the fuck? Being indecisive. Did it get to the unbalanced zone here? I'm curious. It did. It did. That's so funny. So I literally missed out on that trade. Testing that imbalanced zone one more time. Now it's coming back to test. This is the zone that I would be wanting to get into. But it's edging bearish. My instincts tell me that we're going to continue keep going short. My instincts also telling me not to make a trade for some reason. Every time it's been rejecting there and it's been coming back up. No, I don't. I'm very quick. This is crazy. Yeah, I really don't like the markets right now. Yeah, the Mag 8 is very divided as well. So you can see. Four and four is like they're both shooting in the different directions. So that's not giving us confluence that the trade is the setup is there. And if that's the case, then it really is that simple. We just don't make a trade today. It's not really a big deal either. I'm not that desperate to make a trade, to be honest. I don't know. What are we going to do today? We might just call it a day. Yeah, this is what the community is right here, bro, on YouTube. I come live every single day to ask your questions. I don't mind doing it. I don't want to do a Discord because then it creates a very toxic space for some people. I can't control the community as much. It's just the amount of time that I would have to put into the community that I don't quite have. I'm also working 3 other jobs where I'm starting my own indicator right now. I'm like in the process of almost finishing it up. So that's a company that I'm working on. I'm a head coach at another academy. I do this full time, and then I'm making educational content and videos. Oof. Yeah, I'll take that. Damn, did I miss out on that? Damn, they kind of messed me up there. Didn't give me the full profit, and I closed it at the 55, so that was gay. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. A lot of work for me, honestly, to have to do something like that. Oop. I just want to focus on one thing at a time. All right, so markets are being a whore. Look at that. Like, comes down. I liked it. I scalped it very quickly. But now it's just deciding, like, oh, no, I kind of don't want to go down. There's no edge. So I'll give it maybe like 40 more minutes, maybe 30 more minutes. And then I got to go and do some other stuff. I do jujitsu. That's my hobby. I love martial arts. That's all I care about. All I care about is being as like the best on the mat. That's where I want to be. Absolutely a fucking monster. So, if I'm not trading, I'm usually training, fighting. If I'm not doing that, I'm working on my house. Got a lot of stuff I gotta get done in my house. I'm redoing the floors right now. I gotta go seal the roof. And surfing, I guess. I do like surfing. I haven't gone out because it's not season for it. But we're getting close to season. Divergence is building. Which way are we going to diverge? I'm trying to get one good trade today. I also don't want to. I don't want to force it. Nope, Armand is Armenian. Yep, Armenian. Armand Medina. That's a very Muslim name. I knew an Armand Singh though, and he was an Indian, so you're not wrong actually. Come to think of it, I hate the markets right now. I hate how divided we are. Apple is long, Amazon's short, Broadcom is not really long, it's halfway long. Alphabet's short. Meta is not really long, it's halfway short. Microsoft is short. Nvidia is mixed. Tesla is short. It's not giving us very good direction inside of the market, to be honest with you. And look at that, it's coming to Tesla VWAP. What a whore. What a bitch. It's crazy. Yep. Honestly, this is not really a good day to me making trades inside of the market. Just a bunch of stuff. Bunch of stuff not giving me good vibes. now testing the VWAP for the New York and the London. So that's added confluence inside of there. I'm not really liking the markets right now. All right, now we're busting through. So this is changing the entire story of the bearish day today, which is crazy. Yeah, I agree. It's fucking bullshit ass market. I might just come back later. Yeah, I live in Miami my whole life. I only live in Puerto Rico for Act 60, which is nope, never been to Vegas. Have not and I don't really have any interest in going to Vegas ever, to be completely real with you. No interest in it. Just doesn't like call to me to go there. No, I don't gamble. No. I don't drink, I don't smoke. I definitely don't fucking gamble. Kind of seems like the markets just want to go up. This is too much indecisiveness for me. Yeah, dude, I'm a Muslim. Like, we don't drink, we don't smoke. I don't do none of that stuff. All I do is just pray, have fun with my family, and repeat. Yeah, I hate this market. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I mean, it's a lifestyle. I know a lot of people who live in Miami. I left it because it's just a crazy fucking, it's a crazy lifestyle. I don't want to be there. I think I'm gonna take my my leave to this market. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find my trade, and I'd like to be able to go and do some stuff, some other stuff. But what I will do is, if it gets to 29, I'm gonna give you guys the game plan. If it gets to 29,380 and it breaks over this level, I'll look to short the all-time highs again. See if it does a double touch and then rejects there. If we can get down to this lower support down here to 28,929, maybe I would look for some longs. But other than that, I'm going to leave the trading for today. Sometimes you got to know when to step away from the markets, and I've already been at this for 2 hours, so I gotta find some other things to do with my day. So I hope everybody has a great day. I will be back tomorrow a little bit earlier, try to get in the markets around 7:30. And you guys can free to ask some questions. Remember, today I'm also going to be uploading 3 or 4 new videos inside of the market for your guys' education, the free education side of the YouTube channel. So if you need anything, just let me know. No, I've never met Alex G. He also lives in Miami. That's correct. Lambo Rowell, Alex G. I honestly was never really into the trading community. And getting to know these guys. Yeah, I saw that. That's actually pretty crazy. Everybody's about to have a watch in AP for $400. Yeah, insane. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Remember, don't trade the markets if you don't see the setup. If the setup is there, then the setup is there. I'm just going to be turning on my alerts. And then just going from there, honestly. If we go long, we go long. If we go short, we go short. I got my alerts set up. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great